text. That is a drawback of your mono alphabet. So today we are going to discuss about that is a polyalphabetic cipher. In that first one, we are going to discuss about playfast cipher. Okay, students, have your notebook. And you can have your, if you want, you can have your calculator also, because we are going to solve some problems. Okay, it's a very interesting and very easy one. Okay, so it belongs to this playfast cipher is a polyalphabetic cipher. Okay, and it is a substitution cipher. Substitution cipher means in the place of one alphabet we are going to substitute another alphabet, and we are going to see how we, in what way you are going to substitute your another alphabet in order to get your cipher text. Okay, so let's see the introduction about this playfast cipher. So this playfast cipher was first developed by this Charles Wheatstone. Okay, so he developed this playfast cipher. So why they gave this algorithm as a playfast cipher means the playfer who promoted this cipher. Okay, even though this Charles Wheatstone invented this playfast cipher, this algorithm, only this playfer gave the promotion for this algorithm. Due to this, this algorithm went into popular. So this algorithm we call it as a playfast cipher. So this playfast cipher. So in your previous example, we saw one, that is we took one alphabet and we have to see for the exact replacement for that alphabet, and we found the ciphered alphabet, that is a cipher text, isn't it? But in the case of a playfast cipher, we are at a time we are going to take a two alphabet. Therefore we are going to call it as a digraph. Instead of taking a single alphabet, we are going to take two alphabets, and for that two alphabets or two letters you are going to find out the ciphertext. So that is the main difference between your previous example and this example. And so in this encryption or decryption technique, instead of using one character, we are going to use more characters, that is two characters at a time. And this technique can also be called as a multiple substitution cipher technique. And in this one, we are going to use two that is two things you are going to use, and that is very very important. One is the keyword, other one is the plain text. Okay, so in order to do your encryption, okay, what is my encryption? You are going to convert your plain text into a cipher text. So in order to do that encryption, these two things are very very important. You need your plain text and you need keyword. Okay, so next let us enter into the problem. Let us solve one problem. So before solving this problem, so what are the steps you have to follow? Okay, so first I will explain the steps to be followed in order to solve this playfast cipher. Later let us see some example, okay, for this playfast cipher. So first one, let us see the difference between this exact difference between mono alphabetic cipher and polyalphabetic cipher. So you all know that already we solved this example in your addictive cipher. So this is your plain text, isn't it? Hello is your plain text. So and you got your cipher text as KHOOR. So from this example you can see that for this L, okay, so L is replaced by O. So whenever you get another L, okay, let us consider this plain text L. So whenever you get your plain text, all the L alphabets will be replaced by this O. So that is easily you can crack this one. So this happens in your mono alphabet. But in the case of we'll explain this playfast cipher. Before that, let us see what is my polyalphabetic. Okay, so for this polyalphabetic, what happens means for this E, let us consider for this E, you have a ciphertext as L. Okay, next one for this E, okay, next E you have K. And similarly for other E, okay, this E you have a I, and it goes on like this. That is for each and every alphabets, you will have a different alphabet. So this we call it as a mono alphabetic. thing. Okay, so this rule is this technique have been applied in your fair cipher, sorry, playfair cipher, and this we call it as a polyalphabetic technique. Okay, and it is very difficult to track this one, because for each and everything you will have different alphabets to be substituted, so it is very difficult to back your plain text. So next, let us enter into this problem. So basically you have a three steps. Okay, so you have to follow three step in order to solve this, that is in order to do your encryption technique. So first let us concentrate on your encryption. So you all know that encryption happens at your sender side and decryption happens at your receiver side. Okay, so first step, what happens means, suppose when text, that is plain text, is given means you have to split the text. Okay, that into pairs. Let us consider, so this is, let us consider the first example. So first example is green. Okay, so for this green, okay, you are going to split the text. Okay, so how you have to split the text means into pair, that is gr, this is one text, gr is one text, that is one pair. Next one, E is another pair, and N is another pair. So here what happens means, while splitting, so here first GR, here you don't have any problem. You can take as it is. But after this, what happens means, that is you are getting double E. Whenever you get a duplicates alphabets, okay, or duplicate letters, they, in that case, what you have to do means, you have to substitute X over there. That is, between this E and E, you have to substitute X, and after that you have to split it again. Okay, here what happens means, you have EX, next you have EN. Okay, so after splitting, what you're getting, you have EX, next you have EN. So in this way you have to split your plain text. So this is the first step you have to follow. Okay, so whenever plain text is given to you means, first step you have to split it into pairs. So while splitting, when you have a repeated alphabets means, then you have to put X between two alphabets, then you have to continue your splitting. Okay, so when you put X between here means, when what happens, you will get EX, this is one pair, EX is one pair, then EN is another pair. So like this you have to split. Let us say another example. Let us consider this network is your next plain text means, then let us say how you have to split this plain text. Okay, so how will you split this plain text? NE, this is one pair. Okay, so you don't have any repetition of letters. Then TW, this is another pair. Here also you don't have any repetition. And next one is OR. So here also you don't have any repetition. But here what happens, at last you have only one alphabet. Okay, so if you have only one alphabet means, then in order to have a pair, then what you have to do means, you have to add X over here. Okay, so therefore for this plain text, after splitting into one alphabets, you are getting a result as NETWOR and KX. Okay, so this is your result of your plain text. So this is the first step you have to follow for splitting your plain text. Okay, so in your question, when plain text is given means, first step you have to split your plain text like this. Next one, step 2 is that you have to form a 5 cross 5 matrix. Okay, so 5 cross 5 matrix. So you know that you will, in your question you will have a, one is that keyword, other was is that plain text. Okay, so definitely you will have a keyword, and keyword is nothing but your string. You'll be getting like this. Okay, let us consider your keyword is play fair. Let us assume that your keyword is play fair. Let us see that how you can fill this 5 cross 5 matrix by using this play fair, by using this keyword play fair. Okay, so first what you have to do means, you have to have your empty 5 cross 5 matrix. So how many cells you'll be having means 25 cells. Okay, you start filling from your first cell. Okay, that is you have to write your play for first. PLAYFAR. Okay, why you haven't written your A means, already it is there in your cell. Okay, you should not repeat your alphabets. Okay, therefore Play. F, you didn't write your A over here because it is already there in your matrix. Therefore, you should not repeat once again. Then you have to write IR. Okay. So after writing this one, then you have to fill your remaining alphabets. Okay. So what are the remaining alphabets? Already A is over. Then you have to fill B. Next, you have to fill C. Next, you have to fill D. Suppose if it is already existing in your matrix means, then you have to skip that one. Okay, and you have to fill all your alphabets. You all know that totally you have 26 alphabets, but in your matrix you have only space for 25 alphabets. So what you are going to do means, so instead of that is one alphabets will be left, isn't it? So what I'm going to do means, instead of writing J, that is IJ, for this IJ you have to use your same cell. When you get your J or I, you have to consider as a single alphabets. Okay, so I and J occupies a single cell. So this is how you are going to fill your matrix. Okay, so this is your second step. So how you have to fill your 5 cross 5 matrix. Okay, so first we discussed about your how you have to split your plain text. Second step, when keyword is given to you means how you have to fill it in your, that is by using a 5 cross 5 matrix. You have to fill your keyword using this 5 cross 5 matrix. So first you have to write your play for you should remember this one. You should not remember, you should not repeat your alphabets. Okay, because you have only 25 cells and you should not repeat your alphabets. So and for this J and I, it will occupies a single cell. Okay, so you have to remember all those points. So second step is over. Now we completed filling our matrix. 5 cross 5 matrix is over. Whenever any keyword is given to you means, you have to fill it like this. Okay, next one. Now you have a main thing, that is you have to convert your plain text into your ciphertext. Okay, PT is nothing but plain text and CT is nothing but ciphertext. Okay, so first step, already we have splitted our plain text into pairs. Okay, we have a plain text in a pair. Okay, in that pair you have to consider first alphabet, you have to consider as a P1, and second alphabet you have to consider as a P2. Okay, and in order to convert your plain text into cipher text, we have three scenario. Okay, scenario 1, it's that same row. Scenario 2 is that same column, and scenario 3 or case 3 is that none of row or column. I will explain what is my same row or same column. Okay, so first let us see that plain text PT. Let us consider this example. So for this play for keyword, I am going to find out the plain text, that is a ciphertext for GM. Let us consider GM is your plain text. You have to find out the ciphertext for this GM. Let us consider G is your plain text P1. Okay, this is your plain text P1, and M is your plain text P2. That is your second alphabet P2. Now you have to get the result HE. Okay, let us see how we are getting this ciphertext HE. Let us assume that we got this that is your matrix from your previous slide. Okay, we filled all your playfair and we filled all other remaining alphabets. Now what you have to do means, you have to see your plain text, that is GM, in the matrix. Now see here where you are having this GM. So you have a GM here, isn't it? So this is G and this is M. So GM lies on the same row, isn't it? So here it is G and this is M, and this G M plain text lies on the same row. Like let us consider this example, that is for this, if the P1 and P2 lies on the same row. Okay, so these are the examples which lies on the same row. Okay, when this lies on the same row means, then how will you find out the ciphertext? How will you find out the ciphertext? When P1 means immediately after that element. Okay, after that cell. Okay, that is this one. that is C1 you have to take. Similarly for P2, next one immediately you have to take that C2, you have to take it from your matrix. Okay, like this, let us consider for this one. For this G, what happened? This is your plain text P1. You have to pick your C1 text from your immediate next cell. That is, this one will be your C1. Okay, can you follow this one? So this one will be your C1. So H you have to take. So for this G, H will be your ciphertext. So this is your C1. Okay. Next, what is your P2? That is your plain text. That is yum. So if you see this yum, so after this you don't have any that is your ciphertext. Then next to this one you have to take the ciphertext. But what happens here? So after this you don't have ciphertext. When you don't have that, when you have a P2 and if you don't have any ciphertext after this, means what you have to do? You have to pick up this C2. Similarly, what happens here? After this you don't have any that is ciphertext. So what I'm going to do means you are going to take your this C2. That is this alphabets you are going to take. So E will be your C2. So this is here you have to take your ciphertext. So C2 is your ciphertext. So this is how you are getting your ciphertext for your plain text GM. Can you follow this one? So GM, first you have to see your matrix whether it lies on your same row. If it is on a same row means then you have to follow this rule. Okay, if it is same rule row means G and M lies on the same row. Okay, so this is the same row it's lying. So if it is lies on the same row means then you have to take your ciphertext of G next to the this plain text P1. This is how you have to take your C1 and C2. So next example, next scenario is that same column. So same column means it's just opposite to that of this one. For the same column, like the same example, let us consider the thing. If it is happens on your same column, let us consider this is your P1 and this is your P2. That is P1, you have to see this P1 and P2. So what happens here? P1 and P2 lies on in your same column. If it is the same column means the next to that of your C1 you have, next to that of your P1 you have to take your that alphabets. Okay, that letter you have to consider. Okay, let's consider an example. So for this keyword paper cipher, already let us consider we have completed filling this matrix. So for this keyword, let us assume that for this plain text IU. Okay, so for this IU is nothing but your plain text. I'm going to consider I as your plain text P1 and U as your plain text P2. Okay, so for this plain text P1 and P2, you have to find out the ciphertext. Okay, let us see how we are getting the ciphertext EP. Okay, so from this matrix, you have to see where this IU exists. So this is your I, isn't it? So this is I. That is, this is your plain text P1. Okay, and where is your U? This is your U. So this is your plain text P2. Okay, can you see this one? So for this P1, which one will be your ciphertext C1 immediate? That is, this is a column, isn't it? So you have to see the column wise. So for this column wise, you have to take the E should be considered. Okay, so immediate next column, which alphabets you have is that is E. So you have to consider this E. Next one for this U, that is plain text P2. So for this U, after this you don't have any alphabets, therefore you have to go for your like round method. Okay, so you have to take this P element, that P alphabets, and you have to fill this C2. So E will be your C1 text for P1 and P will be your C2, so that is ciphertext for your U, plain text U. Okay, so this is how you have to find out for your same column. Next one, third case, what happens means, say suppose if the two alphabets, that is P1, P2, doesn't lie on your same row or your same column. If it is happens like this means, then what you have to, that is your third case. Okay, so this is your third scenario. So for this third scenario, let us consider this is your P1. Okay, and this is your P2. Okay, for this what happens, these two plain text doesn't lie on the same row or same column, isn't it? They lies on the different manner. So in that case, what you have to do means, you have to form a rectangle. So how will you form a rectangle means, you have to consider this P1, P2, and you have to see that this end. Okay, and you have to see that this end, and you have to form one rectangle like this. Then after that, what you have to do means, P1 you have to consider this end should be considered as a your ciphertext. Okay, that is from left to right or from right to left. Remember this one, you should not take it from top to bottom or bottom to top. You have to consider the ciphertext only from your left to right or from your right to left. So for this example, for P1, so this is your corner, isn't it? So you have to take for P1, C1 will be your that is this one will be your C1 of your plain text P1. Similarly for this P2, C2, this corner will be your ciphertext of this P2. So let us see one example. So for this plain text OC, okay, for this OC, you have to see this example, that is in your 5 cross 5 matrix where this OC exists. Okay, so OC, this is your O will be your plain text 1, that is P1, and C will be your plain text P2. Okay, so from this matrix, see where this O exists. So O exists. Okay, so here it is O. So here you have O and C lies over there. Okay, isn't it? So here you have C. So here what happens? You cannot say that this is the same row or same column. It is in a different side, isn't it? So what you have to do means, first you have to form a rectangle. So this is how you have to form a rectangle. So okay, this is how you have to form a rectangle. So after forming this rectangle, so now you have to find out the C1 and C2. So which is how will you find out the C1 and C2 means, for P1 O. So this is your P1, isn't it? For P1, okay, this is left side, and you have to find out the dead end of your right side. So for this what happened, yes, it's your utmost end. Okay, so this is your uh, that is your last end. So for this P1 plain text, so you have to consider yes should be considered as your ciphertext. So C1 will be your yes. So this is your ciphertext C1. And let us consider for C. So for C, which is your dead end, R will be, that is from right to left. So R is your dead end in your rectangle, and you have to consider R. So C2 is nothing but R. Okay, so when your plain text is not there in your that is your row or column means, then you have to consider, you have to form a rectangle, and you have to see from your left to right and from your right to left, not from your top to bottom, something like this. Okay, so you should not consider that one. Only you have to consider only from left to right and from right to left. So these only you have only the three cases. Within these three cases only you'll be getting the plain text, and you have to you have to find out the ciphertext. Shall I proceed? Do you have any problem? Yes. Shall I continue? Anyone? Any doubt? Okay, so next one, let us see one example. Please have your paper and pen with you. Okay, let's solve this one problem. So using play for cipher, you are going to perform a encryption. Okay. So at last, I will explain how to find the decryption. First, let us do this encryption. So for, this is your plain text. Okay. So instruments, it's your plain text. Please don't consider these codes. Okay. You have to consider only the alphabets. So consider the plain text instruments. Okay. So first you split this plain text into a parts. Okay. So first one you'll be getting IN, second one ST, third one is RU, and fourth one is ME, next one NT, and last one is SZ. Okay. So this is how you have to split it into pairs. So here what happens means no need to add any X. Okay. So why we are not adding X means all these cases you have not repeated any alphabets. That is while splitting your plain text you don't get any repeated alphabets. Moreover, all pairs contains the two alphabets. Okay, so no need to use X over there. Okay, so you have to split it like this. Next one, after splitting, first let us consider your key is your monarchy. Okay, so monarchy. So what is the second step? Second step is that you have to form your 5 cross 5 matrix. Okay, you have to form your 5 cross 5 matrix using the key monarchy. So MONARCHY. So you have to form a that is your this monarchy keyword like this. Okay, so after that you have to fill all your alphabets. Okay, let us assume that all the alphabets are filled. Okay, now you are going to consider this IN. Okay, this is your first one. For this IN you are going to see what will be your cipher text. So for this IN, where is this I? So here you have I, and where is Yan? So this is your Yan. Okay. So this belongs to which case? Actually, here you have I and here you have Yan. So this is neither row or column. That is the same row or same column. So this belongs to third scenario. Okay. So third scenario means then what happens? You have to form a rectangle, isn't it? So this is the two ends. So you are going to form a rectangle like this. So after forming rectangle, what you have to do? You have to see for the that is N. Okay, so for this I, let us consider this is your plain text P1. So for this plain text P1, what is the end of this one is G, isn't it? So for P, you are getting G. So G is your that is your for this plain text P1. This one will be your C1 will be your answer. For C1, you are getting G, and for this N, okay, for this N you'll be getting A, because after forming your rectangle, this is the dead end. So you are getting this A. So A is your cipher text C2. So for this plain text P1, P2, you are getting your cipher text C1, C2 like this. And let us consider your second example, ST. So for this ST, what happens? So here you have S and you have T. So this lies both the plain text P1, P2 lies at your same row. Okay. If it is lies at the same row means then what happens means you have to see for the that is the immediate alphabets. Okay. Which lies to your next to it. So for this S, which is your next alphabet? T is your next alphabet because S is your P1. Okay. And you have to take for this P1 will be getting next alphabets is T. So you have to consider your T for your S. So for S, you'll be getting T. Okay. Then for your T, after this T, you don't have any alphabets. So what you're going to do means you have to consider this L. So L is your next thing. So for this S and T, you'll be getting your L. Okay, so this is how you have to find out the ST. So for this ST, what is your answer? So for this ST, you are getting the answer as T and L. So T and L is your cipher text. Next, similarly, you have to find out your RU. So what will be the RU? Where is your RU? This is R and this is U. So you have to form a rectangle because both it's neither same row or same column. So what you have to do, you have to form a rectangle like this. Then you have to find out the, that is for R. Okay, you have to see only the from your right to left, isn't it? So for R you'll be getting M, and for that is your U you'll be getting your Z. So for R you'll be getting M. Okay, so for R your answer is M, and for U you'll be getting the for you will be getting Z. Okay, so Z is your ciphertext. So this is how you have to find out the ciphertext for your plain text RU. So try to fill for other M, E, N, T and S, Z, and check whether you're getting this answer. Okay. So otherwise you take this encrypted text in your notebook, okay, and see whether you're getting this answer. So for this instruments, encrypted text is this GATLMZ CLRQTZ. Okay, so this one will be your encrypted text. Please note down in your notebook and see whether you're getting this answer. Okay, work it down. And next, let us consider this example. Okay, so second example. Next example is your plain text. Okay, so your plain text is play for cipher, and sorry, you are using a plain using your plain using a play for cipher. You have to do this encryption method. So plain text is tree is green and your keyword is environment. Okay, so first step, you have to split your plain text like this. Okay, first you split your plain text, and next one you form a 5 cross 5 matrix like this using your keyword environment. Okay, then try to find out a ciphertext. Okay, so this is your plain text. So this is your plain text, and this will be your ciphertext. So take this one as your second example. Okay, this is your second example. Please try this one in your notebook. Okay, if it is happens in your same row or same column means, then you have to take your immediate element. If it is happens in your, if it is not there in your same row or column means, then you have to form a rectangle and you have to find a ciphertext from your left to right or right to left. Okay, so this is your next example. So this is the last example. So your keyword is monarchy and your plain text is meet me at the schoolhouse. Okay. So first what you have to do, you have to split your plain text. Okay. You have to split your plain text like this. So after splitting this one, okay. So you will let us consider whether you are getting a repeated thing or not. So for this plain text, so what happens? ME, you have to split this one. You don't get any that is repeated alphabets. Next one, so ME is okay. Next one is ET is also okay, you don't get any repeated element. Next one is ME. Okay, so here also it is okay. At, okay, so this one is also two pairs. Okay, you don't get any repeated elements. Next one is TH. Okay, so for this TH also it's okay, you don't have any repeated elements. And ESCH. Okay, till CH you don't have any problem. Okay, when you see this OO, when you split this one into pairs, what happens? You are getting a repeated alphabets OO. So if you get like this means, what you have to do, you have to insert X over there. So after inserting this X, your that is your updated your elements, that is your plain text will be OX. Okay, so here you are getting OX. So after that, you have to take it as OL. Okay. So you have to consider OL next. Next one is HO. So HO. Next one is US. Okay. So at last, okay, after this, you don't have any pair. If you don't have any pair, means again you have to substitute your X over here. So like this, you have to split your plain text into a pair. Okay. So after splitting a plain text into a pair, what you have to do? You have to see that plain text in your uh, that is your 5 cross 5 matrix. So using the keyword, you have to construct your matrix 5 cross 5 matrix. Okay. So now let us consider, you have considered this 5 cross 5 matrix. So what is your first plain text? That is ME. So here you have a M. Next one is here you have E. Okay. So this is P1, M is P1, and E is P2, plain text P2. Now you have to find out the C1 and C2. So how will you find out this C1 and C2? So for this M, immediate ciphertext C1 is C. And for E, what is the immediate ciphertext C2 is L. So you are getting C and L. Okay. Like this, you have to find out your ciphertext for all remaining plain text. So if you have any doubt, please unmute your mic and you can ask me. Then this we end today's session. Yes, any doubt? At least in chat box, please ask me if you have any doubt.